One of the skills that I have wanted to learn for a long time is blacksmithing. It's one of those things that feels true and pure and honest. A feeling that what is being produced is of higher quality than tools or items that you can buy in the store that are stamped metal or machined into shape. It gives me a connection with the past that few other things do. I have never had the ability to heat metal to the point that I could really shape it with a hammer. I have watched many videos with people using coal or wood-burning forges, but I never felt it was worth the money or time to invest in it because I really didn't have a need to forge anything. But as I was using my ball-peen hammer recently, the head was getting loose with the oak wedge that I had made for it, and I really wanted a good metal wedge. So I got the idea that this would be a good exercise for trying to make a small wedge out of steel by forging it. I had been thinking of a way to build my own wood-fired forge with wood stove bricks, but since I only have one available and I didn't feel like driving to town to buy any, I figured I could just try using a couple of cement blocks I had instead. They do have a lot more mass than fire bricks do, so I think that the fire takes a lot longer to heat up as the cement blocks need to heat up first. So I set them up on the ground with some regular bricks to support them and made a small gap in the bottom for air to come in. I found that having too large a gap allows coals to fall through, and small metal objects that you're trying to heat up also can fall through if you aren't careful. I really need to make a steel pipe with holes to deliver the air with, so that will be a future project. So I went to work practicing heating up the metal and hammering techniques until I had something that resembled a wedge that would fit into my ball-peen hammer. It was really satisfying to be able to make something useful that works. I know my tools are pretty poor, but I really believe in starting small and cheap at first, and learn what tools are really going to be useful and which ones aren't. It also teaches the principle of being content with what you have and not coveting the best that you can't afford. I was perfectly happy with what I had to work with and had great joy in accomplishing the task without buying anything. In Philippians 4, the Apostle Paul wrote, "Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." I really think it is important to be content with the tools we have and do the best with what we have. There are times to advance when God gives the okay and lets us know when the right time is to buy a new tool. Or maybe He will have someone give you something that they don't need anymore. There is a tremendous benefit to problem solving with limited resources. It builds skill and contentment, which produces joy. James 1 verse 2 says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its own perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." So I encourage you to learn a new skill today, make the most of it, and enjoy the process. God bless, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.